Hello, consumer math parents and families and guardians and all of you wonderful, lovely people. I'm Miss Scott, and I am your student's consumer math teacher this year. So I'm just going to give you a rundown on our syllabus and how things work in this classroom, and hopefully just answer some of your questions before you even knew to ask them. So consumer math, I do have a course description. You're welcome to pause this video and jot down the URL to help you find that course description. You can access it anytime. I'm going to go ahead and click on it and access it now, just so you can see it and know what you're looking for here. Boom, there we go. I don't want that in the way. There we go. It was in the way. So this is my lovely consumer math syllabus. Really, this is a personal finance course. Let's just be honest about that. It is all about practical application of mathematics through personal finance. But it's not just math. How do you research these things, right? How do you find what you need to find? What are some good financial practices? And we just have a lot of discussions in this class. This does earn math credits toward graduation. It is not an A through G course, though. And I think most of you are aware of that, but I'm just making sure. Some materials we're going to need. I will come back to that in a little bit when we get back there. But you can see there is a link to the online curriculum here as well. Breakdown of the grades, which I'll go over in my presentation here in just a moment. Just the basic stuff. I'm not real worried about behavior problems. Most students find this stuff to be pretty darn useful. So that's how we roll. It's how we do it. It's awesome. Contact information is also here on the syllabus, and I'll have that for you in my presentation as well. So I'm going to come back over to my presentation because it's so pretty. I went to all this trouble, right? And we'll just go ahead and take a look through. Sorry, the lights in this room are a little funky. If I sit still too long, the lights go out on me. So if we come on down, just let's talk about materials for just a moment. Chromebook, that Chromebook, you got to bring it every single day. Students need to bring it every single day. This is an online curriculum. And while I have printed out a lot of the materials so that they can actually write and absorb that way, we do have to look at a lot of articles online. There are a lot of things online that we need to be able to access. So it is important that students bring their Chromebook with them to class every day. Pencils, obviously, we're writing things, always important. There will be moments where a scientific calculator will also be useful, where it will be nice to have a calculator to work out some of these calculations. There are a lot of things in life that I would not try to work out, personal finance-wise, without a calculator, so that's helpful to have. Maybe at some point they might be glad to have some kind of notebook or paper that they could have as well in class. So just a quick breakdown on the grading here. How do you get the grade? Well, assignments are 40%. Exit tickets are 20% of the grade. Assessments, test quizzes, that sort of thing are 30% of the grade. And our final exam is 10% of the grade. And of course, we have the basic breakdown as far as grading goes. 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, 70 to 79 is a C, 60 to 69% is a D, and 59% or less is an F. Not too worried about that one. So just so you know, some policies that we have in class. All of our work is completed in class. There's no homework in this class. We are having discussions. We're writing things down. We're working on all of this together in class. In fact, I even have some folders in these little trays in my little crates that they can keep all of their materials in as well. So just one less thing for them to drag around and worry about. Assignments are given points based on completeness, right? You did the day's work. Awesome. I will give you points for that. All of our tests in this class are open note. Again, this is all about personal application. Like, how can I use this? And so definitely should be using your notes on that. Students are also going to be allowed to do test retakes. Sorry about my little mouse there. Students will be allowed to do test retakes during office hours on Thursday morning. So if a student takes a test, they're not happy with the score they got, they are welcome to come see me Thursday mornings during office hours to retake their test. That's totally fine. Assignments can be made up for absences. So if a student is absent, they can totally go into Google Classroom and find everything they need in order to be able to make up the assignment. That's fine. I just don't do assignments on exit tickets. That's a lot of work for one little question. Exit tickets will be excused though if the absence is excused. So if your student was absent, it was an excused absence, I just excused the exit ticket. No big deal. Typical class with Ms. Scott for consumer math. Students come in, they collect their materials from their folders at the front of the room, or sometimes I give them the materials. Students then work through the activities for the today's lesson. Sometimes it's in their packets. Sometimes they're on their Chromebooks. Sometimes we're having discussions either with a partner or with the whole class. Again, this is a very interactive course. It's very, very applicable. And the lesson ends each day with students completing an exit ticket that, of course, was related to that day's lesson. All work, announcements, links, materials, all that stuff is posted in Google Classroom. So we're just going to take a quick look at Google Classroom over here. There we go. So you can see this is my Google Classroom. It's going to look a little bit different than your student's Google Classroom. And of course, as parents, you're not in Google Classroom. But just to give you an idea, here we have consumer math, second period. So if they click on that, it defaults to the stream. And the stream for me is really hard to follow. It's just a lot of information and I get confused. So if we come over here to classwork, I find that's much more helpful. We've got some basic class information. I've got it organized into topics. We've got our units that we're working on. And again, if your student is absent and you're like, what did I miss? They can click on it. And you can find all the things here. So you can see there's the Google slide presentation that I did in class, so they can see the presentation that we did, the student activity packet that they worked on, some of the articles and videos that we were using to help us get through our materials that day. It's all here, all here, all here. They can submit work in Google Classroom or they can just turn it in when they get to class. Either way is totally fine with me. Most students have been turning it in during class. But that just gives you an idea of what it looks like. I will also send out announcements on Parent Square and Student Square, so be sure to download the app to your device. It can also, it can notify you through the app, but you can also get your announcement notifications through email and through text as well. So you have a lot of different options there on how you want to get your information. So what can you do to help your student be successful? Well, just ask them how things are going, right? I find that with this class, because consumer math is a personal finance class, a lot of students are eager to talk about it. These are things that they're seeing in their lives as they're managing their own money, as they're gaining jobs, as they're doing all this stuff. They're now starting to see, hey, this is stuff I can use, and this is something that could be useful to me someday. So ask them how things are going. You might be surprised. Some of them are pretty eager to talk about it. Encourage your student to ask for help as needed before they get overwhelmed. We do a lot of stuff together in class, but they might still get a little overwhelmed at times. So make sure that they're asking for help, whether that's from me or from somebody else. Let them know it's okay to ask for help. That's a big thing. And of course, office hours, Thursday mornings. I'm here during office hours on Thursday mornings just to answer questions, just to help out. So make sure your student is taking advantage of that as well. We are in this together. Remember that I am here to help. And so, yeah, you can email me at escott@carmelunified.org. And of course, you can call me here at the school as well. You may have to leave a message if I'm teaching a class, but you can call me here at the school. The school's number is 831-624-1821. And my extension is 3748. So I hope this answered some of your questions. I hope this just gives you an idea of what to expect in class, since back to school night's all virtual this year. We get to watch videos now. If you do need something or if you have questions, just email me, call me, and we'll get you sorted out. I hope you found this helpful and useful, and I'll see you later.